Hey, hey, two.
That was the cue. I said, "Hey, give me a countdown when we're starting." She said, "Hey, when I say hey, hey, two, two, that's how you'll know." So I said, "Is it hey, hey, two, two, start, or is it start hey, hey, two, two?"
Hey, hey,
And then we proceeded
two.
to laugh until we were crying right before hitting live. So that's how we started this. Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Hello,
everybody.
or hey, hey, two, two,
Hey,
everyone.
hey, two. Welcome to the MaeMaeTown podcast. Hey, hey, two podcast.
I could be your
I
podcast.
can be a podcast. Man,
Whatever
I
podcast you're watching, don't watch it. Just watch this one.
don't watch it. Watch this one. It's once a week,
I don't want to
usually.
hear.
I don't want to
Usually,
hear it.
I don't want to hear about no Lily Pichu Pokimane podcast. Okay,
No.
though I have been watching it, it's very good. But watch it. This one's pretty good too.
This one's pretty good. I mean, we put a lot of effort into this podcast.
I think we do. I think we do.
You do.
Much like our friend Avril Lavigne puts
Yeah.
into every track she touches.
Oh my gosh, I've been in an Avril Lavigne vibe today. I was watching her interview on the Call Her Daddy podcast, which is like I think it's like the biggest podcast in the world.
Is
If
it
you
really?
if you look it up, yeah, she has interviewed the VP. She just interviewed the VP. She's interviewed every big music artist, like Avril Lavigne, of course,
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus, um, the whole Cyrus family, basically. And that's just like the bare minimum of it. Like she's really interviewed like every single famous person.
Yeah. I have not listened to that, but that's pretty cool though. Little known fact: Avril Lavigne was our three prime ministers ago. She was our prime minister, I think.
What?
Yeah, she was. She actually led Canada
That
for a while there.
makes total. I mean, honestly, better than Trudeau.
I think so. She's probably a little less racist, but
Yeah, probably a little bit. I
probably
mean,
didn't. She probably didn't do the blackface thing as a funny Halloween prank.
yeah, probably
So
not.
I appreciate her not doing that.
Honest, like real talk though. I think if someone like Avril Lavigne was in political power, this world would be a better place.
Probably be a much better place. She did take a little bit of a religious turn, but she doesn't push it in your
But
face
she was
at
like
all.
cool about
Which
it.
is she's fine. It's more of a personal journey for her rather than hey, it's a preachy thing. You
Yeah.
gotta follow my lead.
No, she
You
like
know,
got really sick and went through a lot and she found peace through that and she's still, I mean, she literally just did I think she's I don't know if she's still doing it. She might still be on tour, but she just did like a greatest hits tour where she like is rocking out on stage, playing all of
yeah.
her hit songs, which like if that's not over, I genuinely want to go cuz I just found out about it like today. I was like, "Man, this interview was in
Uh,
May."
I'm kind of confused. Okay, first of all, let me say hi to people in chat because I
Hello
forgot. We had
chat.
Keeks here earlier. We had Token Duelist. We had JTMC. I appreciate all of you coming through, as well as lurkers, people who are listening on Spotify or for some reason like YouTube Music or something weirdos.
I don't
But
do YouTube
uh,
music or
well,
Apple.
I think YouTube Music just pulls from regular YouTube videos.
Yeah, they like create their own thing.
So yeah, I think you are technically on it.
Oh, well.
But if you're a freak and listening on YouTube Music, first of all, stop paying for that.
What are you doing? Spotify is expensive enough.
Yeah. But
Crazy
we,
expensive.
as usual, as we always say, we always are streaming this on Twitch. The majority of episodes, anyway. Sometimes there'll be like a special side episode that's only on YouTube, but
Mm-hmm.
the majority of the time we will be on Twitch. So if you'd like to come over here, hang out with us live, chat in the chat, most of the time we will acknowledge it.
Yes. We
So
both have ADHD, so if we don't acknowledge it, it's not because we don't want to acknowledge it. It's because if we do, we will not make our point.
yeah,
And
it's either we got distracted, or it's personal.
yeah, or it's
So you
I
can
don't
decide.
want to say that. Or I
So
don't
you
want
can
to talk
decide.
to you.
Yeah, you can decide which one internally and let it eat you up. I guess you could
Yeah,
do that.
exactly. But yeah, I Also, hi, I'm in Florida. If you couldn't tell,
Hey,
bit of a different background, but not a new background. We've done the podcast here a couple times now, and I'm here on a little solo trip. But Neo is coming down on the 3rd of November, so he will be here
yes, I'll
soon.
be there in a week.
Yeah, he'll
Just
be here
one
in a
week,
week.
exactly
But
from
I've
today.
been enjoying some time just like chilling down here. I've been working down here, so it's been lovely. I There's like a big part of me that envisions living here someday, even with
Yeah,
all the hurricanes. Like Florida has always had a very special place in my heart. And every time I'm down here it is so hard to leave. Like it's heartbreaking to leave. And
I love that place. That couch, I've had some killer naps on that
oh,
couch
it's so
specifically.
comfy.
We watched almost the entirety of The Walking Dead on that TV that's behind
Mm-hmm.
you. That's not in frame. Um, yeah, I love that place as well. It's
You might
cozy.
hear a plane because I'm right by the airport, so sorry about that.
It
Um,
should be fine. It's funny in the chat.
I
Token
could
Duelist
see
says
it
I
on the
thought she
walls.
put up a green screen. It kind of does look like a
It
green
looks
screen
fake.
on. It looks fake. I promise you, she can interact with that background.
Actually, I can't prove it right now because if I do, I have to get up and walk to the back of the room, which I don't want to do. I got my comfy pineapple pants on. I don't want to show them on stream, but
They're cute though. They are cute though.
I went, y'all. I actually went thrift shopping and bought things, which, if you're new here, I'm terrible at spending money. Like I don't spend money, like ever. It's so hard for me to
It's
shop.
true. It's true.
But I've really been into the whole like tropical core aesthetic this year, like the Y2K vibes. And I was like, what better place than Florida than to go thrift shopping for that stuff? And when I tell you guys, I like, I was speechless at this Goodwill because every aisle I'd go down, every like 5 items, it would be something like this top that I'm wearing, which is a bathing suit, but it would be like these like hibiscus prints and like plumeria prints, and it was exactly what I was looking for. And
Yeah.
so I was like, I think I just live in the wrong state. Like I think Georgia just sucks and there's nothing good like to buy there, you know?
We went to one Goodwill in Florida when we were there. I think it was two
Mm-hmm.
trips ago.
Yeah,
Because Florida's been my new place to go. It's very cheap to
it's
fly there,
very
by the way.
cheap.
Thankfully, I have free accommodations. So, anyway,
Yeah.
but I really liked that Goodwill that we went to. I know we did kind of a quick browse, but like it
Mm-hmm.
has some good stuff. I don't know. I
Yeah,
just
this
like that's my favorite thing to do when I'm traveling is just go to like different thrift shops.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah,
because you just get to experience like what people are wearing, even if it's
in
like,
that area. Yeah,
even if it's like something kind of basic like just some town in Florida, it's like, yeah, but Florida has its own vibe. It has its own aesthetic. It's very like I find a lot of like niche things down here because if you look at the architecture, like there's so many colorful houses and people decorate to the nines and not like with nice stuff. They decorate it based on their personality.
yeah.
So you'll
It's
drive
kind of
by.
loud. It's not allowed like audibly, but like visually down there, and I like that. You know,
Yeah.
they got the decorate. They got the dolphin decorations. We saw the
Mm-hmm.
dolphin mailbox. They got
Yeah.
the flamingo stuff. We got
It's
flowers everywhere.
amazing.
The houses are kind of flat just due to like I guess
They're
weather.
bungalows.
Yeah, but they're all like painted a bright pink or blue or something like
Yeah.
that,
It's
and it's just a cute
gorgeous.
little thing. Yeah, I love that.
Cause like,
Um, and I don't know, people just having fun with their personality, putting that
yeah.
into their place.
It's honestly, well, in Florida, they have a lot of they have really strict coding when it comes to like renting places out for like vacation purposes. They're very strict about Airbnb. So if you want to have an Airbnb down here, it has to be in a designated area that allows for that. If it's anywhere near the beach, you can't because they have their own vacation rentals. Like companies have already kind of like made their place there,
Yeah,
so they kind of control the economy for tourists. And
and they're
so
yeah,
the
they don't want to be running
architecture,
business. I get it.
yeah, the architecture also is like everyone kind of has the same house. Like if you drive all around like South Florida, especially like Tampa Bay, which is where I am, you'll notice just like a lot of bungalows. There's not a lot of like multi-story houses. You don't get those gentrified looking buildings like you do in like cities like Atlanta or Toronto, you know, the tall and skinnies that will not survive a hurricane.
Yeah.
You don't see those lined up at all. And like apartment complexes, same thing. They're only like 2 stories high, 3 stories high. And I
Hmm.
just love that. Like coming from Atlanta where it's just you're shoulder to shoulder with these like gentrified, ugly ass houses that you like can poke and they'll fall over. It's
Yeah.
horrible. And then coming down here, it's just so refreshing and it's so beautiful because like people actually like put personalities into their homes. Like no matter if that's like dolphins or seashells or whatever, like every house has its own personality. And I'm like, damn, I love that. So I love it down here.
I do love that too. Yeah. That being said, your house in Georgia is very, very cute as
It's very
well.
cute, yeah.
Yeah, I love that place. I think that's like honestly peak aesthetic. It's got like a cottage core thing to it, right?
It
Very
does.
different aesthetic than this place, but I really appreciate that as well.
Yeah, like this is obviously very modern. This is my parents' tiny house.
Yeah.
It came built like this, and they tried to keep it in Atlanta, but in Atlanta there are strict tiny house laws that don't allow
Yeah.
it in certain counties. And my dad, who is an Airbnb host, he likes to keep his properties in our county so he can get around within 10, 15 minutes of each other. And he was like, I really don't want to like put it 45 minutes away because that's just going to be it's going to be a
Yeah.
drag. And I knew that they wanted to like have a place like in Florida that they could go to. They wanted to initially go out west, but it's so expensive in like Arizona and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
they're like, well, that's not going to happen yet. But we have this trailer and we have nowhere to put it, so let's just like put it somewhere that we know we're going to go to and enjoy. And so they put it
It
down
was a good
here.
location. It's nice. And that exact address is four.
Yeah.
I don't
Four,
know.
eight, nine, six. I actually don't know it off the
Address
top of my
right.
head. I just have it in my navigation.
I
But
don't even know what it is. I had to like when I was checking for my flight, I knew you were sleeping because it was early. I had to like scroll way back in our text to find it. I'm like
oh
panicking
yeah,
like to
yeah.
find the address.
No, but it's a gated community, which is great. I feel more safe here than I do in Atlanta, which like I
Yeah.
feel very safe in my house in Atlanta, but like here it's just different. Like there's a lot of old people around and it just it's kind of off the beaten path, so it feels really safe and relaxing and
Yeah,
so it's a
I
good
get
spot.
that. And it's like I've lived in apartments most of my life. So I don't with apartments there comes a certain security, right? There's the lobby. There's like the lobby and it's like you gotta, usually those are locked. You gotta
Yeah.
find your way in. And then it's like even if somebody were to break in, they gotta find your apartment, which is like, okay, good luck because there's like 100 units in here, so you're probably not gonna find it.
Well,
So
also
it's
it's like
like
which one are they gonna pick? Like,
exactly, and it's probably not mine since like I'm deep in there.
yeah.
But but yeah, so it's like stuff like that. But then I remember I moved into my own house back in 2017. Between 2017 and 2019, I lived in a house with two other people. And I remember, yeah, there was a certain that feeling of security kind of went away a little bit
Mm-hmm.
because we're on ground level now, right? All it takes is one rock through that window,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, now I feel like less secure. And there was actually an instance where somebody walked into my house. They walked right out, but I guess they got the wrong door.
Oh, yeah. See, that's still scary.
That's scary too, and that's a reminder. I gotta lock that door. But
Yeah, my parents like not to dox, but like they're really bad about that. Like they'll go out of town and I'll like come over to their house and they just have like the back door unlocked. I'm like, you can't do that. Like I
they have
don't
a nice
know
house. They can't do
why am
that.
I telling you that you can't do that.
Yeah,
But I think when you live somewhere for so long, because I was literally born in that house, so they've had that house for like over 30 years.
yeah,
And I think you just get really, really comfortable and, you live with the same people for at least 15 years. So, and to be fair, like there's not a lot of crime in their neighborhood over the years. We've had like,
yeah.
we've had like a few garage break-ins, but like that, it's like towards the top of the hill. Our house was like in the cul-de-sac. So
We've only had
yeah.
one murder in this building, and it was the unit right below me. So that's like pretty good
That's
odds.
fine. Yeah, it's pretty good
That's like
odds.
pretty,
What are
yeah.
the odds
It
that
was
like
a
more
bad
than
one
one
too.
person's gonna get murdered in a building?
No one's gonna get murdered and stuffed into a suitcase and found 2 weeks later, just like it happened the one time. It's not gonna happen again.
That would make me move, honestly. Like I feel
That
this,
made me feel more safe. It's not happening again.
but that's like a personal attack, I feel.
Yeah, and it's not personal against me, so I think I'm
That
chilling up
feels
here. I think
like
I'm good.
maybe their partner did that to them. Did you find out like what the details
I
were?
never I never heard the superintendent at the time he quit after that, which I would too.
If you found somebody, oh my God, I would, yeah, I would like not be
Yeah,
okay
he quit.
forever.
That's okay. He won a lot of money and now he has a really nice house.
He
So
won, so there was like a legal thing.
I don't know. I don't know if it was from that or if it was a lottery situation, but he's really well off right now.
He's
So
doing really well.
he's doing really well. Hopefully that doesn't keep him up at night. I imagine it would.
Oh my
Jesus, you know.
God, I can't
Oh my god.
imagine. That would
Oh
ruin my, I mean, obviously my life is not the one at stake here, but it would ruin my life.
yeah, yeah. It was probably a partner
Jeez.
situation. Unfortunately, I feel like that's usually the
Usually
case.
it is. Or bad
Yeah,
date.
that could have been bad date. A couple more people popped in. We got Howling Sights and Noodle.
What
Hello to
up?
both of you in the Twitch chat. Everybody, come watch us live on Twitch. You
Everybody
guys will be
lock your doors.
lock your doors,
Lock your doors.
lock your apartments, and if you have a bad date, don't tell them the address.
Yeah,
Don't. Yeah.
don't give out your personal information to anybody.
Kind of related to this, Howling Slice says, my in-laws are property managers. I've heard some horror stories, but mainly old age stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, I've heard of these things too, where it's like, this is kind of a grim. Hey, happy Halloween, everyone.
Hey, I'm
This is
on
kind of a
vacation.
grim.
I don't give a shit. Happy
I
Halloween.
remember helping an ex's mom move into our apartment, and when we were moving stuff up, the smell on that floor was so bad. It was so unbearable. And we found out a week later that someone was dead in their apartment.
Oh my God.
Just because the person was just unhealthy and they just like
Yeah.
yeah. So it wasn't like a murder situation like it was in my building, but it was across the street from here.
Oh Jesus. It's like, because like that, realistically, that happens all the time, but like when it happens to or around you, that's like really, really hard to deal with. I mean, it's just,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, death is just weird, but like
it's weird.
when it's like a murder situation, like that's, ugh. I've never, thankfully, I've never encountered like a unalived like body or person. I've never seen that in my life, which I'm very
Mm.
grateful for. Um, but I don't know. I think that would destroy me. Like, but I feel like it's gonna happen at some point. Just like family.
Well, maybe yeah.
Is that
Uh,
weird to say? Like you
no, I
live
mean I feel like people interact with that. I think most people will interact with that at some point,
with like a
right?
grandparent or like a parent or something. Like I feel like it's inevitable to.
Like it's happened with like I don't know. Oh, I don't know. It's happened with like animals and stuff like that. That's
Yeah.
different. I feel like a
I've
human.
Sorry, I was just gonna say I've gotten close to being to dealing with that like in a hospice situation, but like not like a my neighbor. I found my neighbor
Yeah,
and some brutal incident happened. Like no, I've never, thankfully.
yeah. It's awful. Um, this is a dark conversation, especially since like right before we started the podcast, we're like, let's talk about our funny Avril
Avril
Lavigne story,
Lavigne, yeah, because I have
and they
some
were
funny
like,
Avril
yeah,
Lavigne
my
stories.
my neighbor got killed and stuffed into a suitcase.
Hey, that's the podcast, baby. That's just the
That's the,
nature of the podcast. It just, you
the
think it's gonna go one way and then it goes another way.
what can I say?
What can I
We're that
say? I
kind
mean,
of
I think
crazy.
that's the best kind of podcast.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Just
But
saying.
I was like, let's stop talking about this Avril Lavigne thing prior to the podcast because like we're on the starting screen
Mm-hmm.
and she's telling this interesting story. I'm like, nah,
Save
save
it.
it, and then we didn't even talk about it, but that's fine.
I'm gonna talk about
Uh,
it right now.
okay,
But first,
Avril Lavigne, activate.
activate. But first, Howling Site says, on a more positive note, what are your Halloween plans? None. I'm here by myself, so I'm probably gonna be working. I was thinking about doing a fun little stream, just playing a game with like a casual. He's getting something. Oh, well, he's got his panda head ready to
I
go.
got it.
I still
I
haven't
got it.
found like some like an accessory to wear, but I'm gonna find like a headband or something to wear on stream. And I'll probably play a game. Not too scary because I'm here by myself and I don't want to like not sleep, but we'll do
I sound
something.
like super audible in this. Like, am I still
Yeah.
very audible?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Probably a little muffled, right?
Yeah. Oh my god. We should do a podcast where we're just in those like heads. Like I'll find one.
I mean, we did the lizard thing.
We did we dressed up for like we it's so weird. We dressed up like 3 episodes ago.
We're like, that's the
And
Halloween
we're not dressed up
special.
today and
Why
Halloween
did
is
we do
literally
that?
on Friday,
Oh my god.
right?
I'm not a big Halloween person. I've talked about this. I'm more of a Christmas fan, which I know is kind of a hot take. People love their Halloween.
Mhm.
Um, I only really cared for the candy. I'm not against scary
Yeah.
stuff, but it just wasn't my holiday of choice. I'm definitely a Christmas girly,
Me
you know.
too. I'm definitely more of like a holiday like Christmas girly. I like the fall aesthetic, and I love driving around and seeing Halloween decorations, but I just don't want to pay for decorations. I love like scary movies. I'm a huge horror film fan. So I'll watch movies during the month of October, but
Yeah,
and I'll bake things. Like I love baking like cookies and eating treats. But not so much the dressing up. The dressing up never really was a thing for me. Like I never put that much effort into it. When I was a kid, obviously it was way more of a thing, like something I got excited about all year
yeah,
long. But that was a different time. I had more people around me back then, more
that's true.
kids to like talk about
To
it with.
explore the neighborhood with. And I remember though. I think the last time I went trick or treating. No, that's not the last time. I have some kids in my family. They're all almost adults now, but I used to take them out trick or treating when they were younger, like
Hmm.
my nieces and nephews and stuff. They're all like 18, 19 now, so it's like it doesn't really happen anymore. But
Yeah.
um, that was probably the last time I went out trick or treating was with them, and I also went out once during high school. Met with the whole "Hey, you're too old to be doing this," which is such a shame. You know,
Ugh.
if
Yeah.
the high school kids come up to your door, just give them the candy. They're just having a nice innocent time, all right?
If you're a minor, you should be able to trick or treat without getting any flack from people.
That's what I'm saying. Just let the high school kids do it. Who cares?
It's like
Who cares?
if I'm a child, then Halloween wise, I am a child.
Yeah, exactly. I
If
wasn't
I
even 18 yet. I was probably like 16.
if I still have a curfew, I should be able to trick or treat.
Yeah, if I still have to tell mommy where I am, then you know, that's in my
Yeah,
pocket.
exactly. But no, yeah,
When is
I
this from?
what is that?
I have a mint in my pocket from a restaurant, and I don't know when this is from. This is a hoodie that I haven't worn in a long time. Is this from the Mandarin?
Oh my gosh, I miss the Mandarin. I can't wait to go for Christmas.
From the
We're gonna go, huh?
I think this is from the
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Cause was it a little
Mandarin.
chilly back then?
No, it was summer.
Well, I've never been in Canada when it's like hot, so I think it was coming out of winter.
It was no, it was pretty hot. Like we were
April?
we were wearing you had your tank top on,
Oh, right, that's
your
right.
brown one. Yeah, yeah. It
Interesting.
was hot.
But yeah, the Mandarin, if you're not familiar with the Mandarin, it's a Canadian thing, pretty sure. It is
It's like
a
I did eat the mint.
he's gonna eat it if like he's
There's
gonna
no way
eat
I'm
it.
finding a candy and not eating it.
um,
I've eaten mystery flakes off my desk. Like it's fine.
yeah, he will eat anything if it looks okay.
Is this a food?
I'm gonna try. The Mandarin is an all-you-can-eat buffet. It's like an Asian buffet. Um,
Oh, and it's forget forget Disney World.
Forget
Mandarin's the
Disney
it's
World.
the happiest place on earth is the
Truly.
Mandarin.
Oh my
Okay?
God, it's so good. I agree with that statement wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Like it the presentation, it's not just any you think of a buffet and it's like, ugh, it's probably kind of like not good, like quality, like kind of
Uh,
it's been sitting there for a while. No, the presentation at Mandarin is 5 star. It's beautiful. When you walk in, the displays are beautiful. There's so much food. There's sushi, there's a dessert bar, there's Chinese food, there's like I think there's some Thai food as well.
If you're there with, a picky child or your sister who can't eat anything but fries and chicken nuggets, they got that too. They got pizza, they
They
got
have
fries.
everything.
They have everything you want. They got steak, they got grilled pineapple. Oh my god, we got to go to Mandarin.
It's no, I like when we went when it was my first time. I was like, can we go again before I leave? It's like a
Yeah,
$25 lunch experience, but like Canadian. So for me, it's like $19-20.
that's like $2.
Oh
Yeah,
my God. It's like, I was like, I could go again. But I was like, no, we're going to wait till the next time I come out. And
yeah.
we didn't go, but now we're going to go for Christmas.
I had gone like 2 weeks prior to that as well because I went for Helen Slice's birthday,
Mm-hmm.
who is also a big fan of Mandarin.
Oh,
Yeah, we
it's,
just had so many. I had so much Mandarin. Oh, it's my favorite. They have a fresh meat section where they slice it right in front of you. Yeah, if they do, that's where you get like the steaks and stuff,
ooh,
like some nice sausage. Like they got a sushi bar. It
dude.
truly is like my favorite dining experience. I'm not gonna pretend it's the best food in the world. I'm not gonna say it's the best food in the world, but like for a
Well,
buffet, it's
wait a
definitely the best
minute.
buffet in the world.
I think it's like it's not the best food in the world, but it's like pretty damn close.
It's up there. It's up there because
For
you
the
can have whatever you want.
price, like you can get as much as you want. You can get as much. They had not just sushi, they had sashimi. All you can eat sashimi, which is unheard of. And it's
Unheard of.
good. It's good quality sashimi. Like it's like butter in your mouth. Oh my God. I need to go to Mandarin.
We gotta go. If you were just watching, um, God, I love when you pronounce the show. Uh, what is it? Cheapskates.
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 Is it cheapskates?
What do you think it is?
Cheapsteaks. Cheap cheapskates. Cheapskates. Yeah, extreme cheapskates.
Yeah, that's it. There's, she just posted this TikTok, and the whole video is fine. But it's her. She was watching Extreme Cheapskates, and the first like 10 seconds of the video is her trying to pronounce the show, and I was actually crying. It's the funniest. It's like, what the hell? How do I pronounce this? I didn't know before I hit record that I couldn't pronounce this word.
I literally was like genuinely
Cheapskates.
trying.
Cheapskates. Cheapsteaks.
Cheapsteaks. Cheapskates. Cheapskates. Cheapsteaks.
Oh my god,
It was
that was
hard.
my favorite. But speaking of that show, I think if I were to dumpster dive anywhere and eat garbage, I think it'd be from the Mandarin because
Mandarin.
they're cycling through that food like crazy.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, I gotta I gotta dumpster dive at the Mandarin.
Cause
I also
like
don't know why we call it the Mandarin because
the
everybody
Mandarin.
does here, but it's just called Mandarin.
Well, I wonder what their uh process is with like at the end of the day. Thank you for showing that card. Um so what's the deal with that? It's like a punch card kind of situation.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's not valid anymore. Basically, every time you go to the Mandarin, you get a stamp,
Mm-hmm.
and then you win a car or something.
You want a card? I
Yeah,
just
when you
want a
have
free day
these
at
three
Mandarin.
stamps, fill in your information on the back of the ballot, tear off this sheet, and drop it in any Mandarin restaurant location for your chance to make your wish come true.
My wish is to eat Mandarin every day for a year. No, I'm not even kidding.
No, no, that's a great dream because, like, hey, you can get your healthy stuff there.
You can
You
try
got you.
different things.
I'm only going for the green beans.
Mm.
They got their sauteed green beans with like garlic and whatever the
Oh, it's
frig else.
so
Oh,
good. They keep everything
here's
so
the thing.
fresh.
I think a rule going forward is don't record this hungry. Don't record the podcast hungry
I know.
because now I'm like
Now I'm hungry.
37 minutes. I can't order Mandarin yet.
Yeah. Can you order Mandarin?
I think you can, but it's not a good deal because you'll end up paying the same for like a
So
one
expensive.
little serving. It's not good to do that.
Yeah. Well, we're
You
gonna
gotta
go.
Mandarin. You gotta go. Where yeah, you gotta go in person. We're gonna go on like a like a Monday
Yeah.
or something slow.
Where
Maybe a
there's no.
Tuesday.
Yeah, go. Let's go when there's no baloney babies running around, because that was the
Yeah,
thing when we went. There were a lot of baloney babies.
a lot of baloney babies. There's a lot of kids. It was honestly still fine. Like it was busy, but we are able to walk around
Yeah.
successfully. But wow,
Mm,
I need some Mandarin in my life
me
right
too.
now.
I'll be in Canada starting like December 15th, so we'll go like the
Yeah,
day I
halfway
get
through.
in, or maybe
That
the
sounds good
next
for
day.
me. Yeah, you'll probably arrive at night. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm driving. I did it last year. I drove to Canada for Christmas
you
or
did it
for
twice.
before. Yeah,
You did it twice last year. Yeah, which
yeah.
is that's pretty intense.
I'm gonna
I'm
ask my
excited
dad
to.
for full car maintenance for Christmas and my birthday, so that I can make
That's a
that
great
trip.
gift because you deserve a dual present because your birthday's so early.
Yeah, that's what I usually do when I once like when I was growing up and I wanted something like really expensive or big. I would just be like, "Hey, for my Christmas, or for Christmas and my birthday, just you don't have to get me anything else."
Yeah,
And he would always get me something else,
yeah.
but that
Well,
was
yeah,
like
'cause
my pitch. I would be like, "You
that's
don't
the
have to get me
move.
anything else." Like
Oh, I
Jonas
know the
Brothers
move.
concert.
I'm a January baby as well. I know the move.
Yeah, we play the game.
Hey, don't give me a birthday gift. Just do a dual gift because I'm like a couple weeks out from Christmas.
Yeah.
You're even sooner. You're January 13th.
Yeah.
I'm exactly 1 week later on January 20th. So it's like it's still far enough because I'm like a
Mm-hmm.
month out.
Like
But
I feel
yeah,
bad for people who their birthday is like the week of Christmas or even the week after Christmas, but after January, it's like it's a new month. It's not Christmas
a
anymore.
month.
So
It's like
you
that's
have
a
to get me
clean
something.
slate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's separate. Yeah.
I don't really get like presents anymore just because I'm almost 30 years old and I feel like that's normal for adult children, but usually I'll get like some cash from
Adult children.
adult children. Yeah. Yeah,
It's
cuz
really
like
big. Yeah, it's just for really old babies.
for really old babies, because I'm still a baby. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, I'm trying to buy some toys to be honed.
All I want
Like
though
my
is
desk is a
like,
mess. I have like a little Inkling amiibo,
yeah.
a Joy-Con. Like
The thing is like I don't even want stuff from people. It's like if you're gonna get me a present for Christmas or my birthday, let it be money or like new tires for my car, stuff that like I really need. And so I've been kind of asking for that stuff over the past like 5 years. Like just get me, cooking stuff like for my kitchen or a new bedspread for my bed. Like functional things, but it's become more
yeah,
about my car since I've been doing delivery full time. So it's like new tires, new brake pads.
I'm pretty into socks.
Socks are great. I only have like one pair of socks.
I remember one year I jokingly told my sister socks and underwear are good. My
Yeah.
sister's like, that's underwear is a weird gift to get from my brother, but she actually did. She got me these Pac-Man boxers.
Oh,
And I was like, "Oh, these are awesome." So I was like, you know what? That actually is a good gift.
that is a good. I mean, because think about how often you run out of underwear just for like whatever reason. You lose them on a trip or like they get
Oh, my
lost in the
thighs
bedroom.
destroy those things. They're just tear those things up. But-
You do have meaty thighs.
I do. So like the chafing will just destroy the
The
boxes.
chafing.
So
Oh my gosh.
Alex says my daughter's birthday is December 28th. I feel bad for her. I'm gonna be
Ooh,
honest, that's an unfortunate birthday.
that hurts the wallet too.
Oh, I know. That's not great. I'm so RIP your wallet and RIP. That's actually not so bad for her. Actually, that's not so bad because she can have when she's a little older, or even probably now, I guess. Have the friends come over for the birthday because it's
Yeah.
not Christmas anymore. I think Christmas vacation is still during that time.
Yeah, kids don't usually go back to like the first week of January.
Yeah, so that's actually perfect for her because she can still
Yeah.
have the friend gathering, and it won't interfere with like homework or other things like that. So that's actually maybe not so bad.
The flip side of
It's
that
just
though is that some kids might be out of town.
it's gonna be bad for the family because they gotta spend more, or it might be bad for her because they're gonna be like, oh yeah, maybe I don't have to get her. I'm gonna get her these two things. It was gonna be for Christmas, but now I'm just gonna give one for birthday, one for Christmas.
Yeah.
So ultimately, she'll get less gifts.
It's just unfortunate to have a birthday around Christmas cuz it's such an expensive holiday. Like even if you're
Yeah.
not buying a bunch of gifts, you're still traveling to like be with people, and um, you know, I feel like capitalism plays a huge part in that too, because the marketing is just like, you gotta buy this thing today if you want to have a good holiday, you
And then I'm
know.
trying to go to sleep, and I'm just thinking, I gotta buy
I
this thing
think
today.
today
Gotta
wanna
have
have a
a
good
holiday.
holiday. Well, you know, we
And
should
all
make a Christmas album. You know that, like, honestly, you can make an album, like a music album, with
Yeah.
no bells and whistles, like the shittiest program and equipment,
Yeah.
and it can go viral.
Oh, of course.
If it's funny, it will blow up. So maybe we should
I'll
just
do
make
it.
a Christmas album.
I think we should, and we'll have like kalimba
Just not even good. Just like ding 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 ding.
in the middle of it. I'll be like, oh, I don't have that note. Oh, yeah, I do actually.
We'll make it up. Oh wait, actually I
It's gonna
do.
be a one. Yeah. Oh, I actually found it. Oh, no, wait.
Shit.
We're gonna keep all the takes in.
Yeah, yeah. I actually think that would do really well.
We could do that.
We should. We'll do it when I get to Canada, or maybe we'll
Like
start on it this.
Frosty the Snow. Wait, that's Rudolph.
Frosty is the snowman.
Frosty
Frosty
is the
is the
snowman.
snowman.
Barbie as Rapunzel.
Rapunzel. Oh my gosh. So let me tell my Avril Lavigne thing before it gets obliterated into
What
the
Avril
abyss.
Lavigne thing are you talking about?
So like we were talking about Avril Lavigne, and I was playing Girlfriend, which I feel like most of the people listening know that song. It was
Great song.
huge,
Great song.
amazing song when it came out. It was massive. If you don't know, it's the hey hey you I don't like your girlfriend. Um, when that song came out, I think I was in early high school, maybe eighth grade. Um, and so obviously, like, all the girls in my grade were super into it. I mean, pretty much every teenager was into Avril Lavigne. If you weren't, I think there was something wrong with you. Sorry.
Yeah.
She was the it girl. Like, she did something for everybody, is what I'm trying to say. Like, her style was so interesting, and people were copying her, putting the ties around their neck and wearing the button down white shirts. Like,
Yeah.
she was iconic. She still is. I just watched an interview of her.
That was peak
Oh,
aesthetic. Avril Lavigne was my biggest celebrity crush at the
oh
time.
yeah.
She's the best. She's the
She's the
best.
best.
When we put Avril on at work, there's not a single skip. There's no skips.
Seriously, none of her songs are skippable. Like,
Yeah.
even if it's her sadder songs or her more upbeat songs, like, she is one of the best songwriters of this generation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And she writes her stuff, which is pretty impressive because most people
yeah,
don't.
she writes all of her own songs. Um, but when that song came out, I think we were in the car with one of my friend's moms, and for reference, I went to a Christian school, and so had a lot of Christian friends and Christian parents, like very strict. And oh, there's a motorcycle.
Well, I actually heard
Um,
that. I actually
yeah,
picked up.
yeah. There's a lot of noises, but it's mainly quiet. Um, and it came on the radio in the car with one of my friends and her mom, and it got to the part where, hell yeah, I'm the motherfucking princess, and she turned it down. She was like, no, you will not listen to this song. She's like, that is horrible, and I was just
Yeah.
like, that's really lame.
and
Sorry.
and you can't. And I was saying, she had the opportunity there to be the coolest mom ever.
Yeah.
She goes, "Let's turn this up."
Yeah, it was just
You know?
like growing up, I was around a lot of like weirdly strict parents who just like would not allow their kids to have any fun or listen to secular music. And
Yeah.
like my dad was always like super open-minded about pop culture and like what was popular. Like I mentioned before, he took me to all the Jonas Brothers concerts. He took me to some of the One Direction concerts until, I've started going with my friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I grew up like I have vivid memories of he had a convertible when I was really young. And living in Atlanta, like we're surrounded by hip hop. and R&B. And so we would be
Yeah.
driving around in his convertible listening to Brick House and like 50 Cent and
Yeah.
Usher, whoever was hot, Lil Wayne, like we listened to a lot of Bob Marley too when I was a kid when we'd go camping.
He loves, I mean, everybody does, but he loves music.
He
He was,
does.
I remember when we were over there last time, he was talking about how he had just read the Britney Spears
Book.
biography
Yeah.
book. Yeah. And I was just
He
like, that's
loves
it.
Britney.
And he was talking about Justin Bieber. He was telling me about all these other, he's very sweet. He was telling me about all these Canadian musicians that he loves.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's very nice. I mean, you know them more than I do, but that's very sweet of you.
No, yeah, like he's always been into like the latest pop star. Like I'll go over to their house and my stepmom loves Post Malone. Like she's probably
Yeah.
Post Malone's biggest fan. And The Weeknd, they saw I don't know if they saw The Weeknd in concert, but they just saw Post Malone in the last year and she was like it was the best experience of my life. It was so much fun. And I
Oh,
really hope that one day she can meet Post Malone because like that would just be amazing. But yeah, I went to the Jonas Brothers with them. We were in the same venue, but I was with Meredith, and but we went at the same time to the Jonas Brothers last year, and we went to Demi Lovato years ago, and DNCE, which is Joe Jonas's old band. They were touring
yeah.
together. Selena Gomez, like he's always been super into whoever is like the latest, like pop star or
He's
whatever.
open minded to it. He's not just like, what is this rap music?
No, I mean,
Turn
he
that
has his
off.
limits. Like, there's some artists today where he's like, "Ugh, what?" Like, there's some Ariana Grande songs where he's like, "Ugh," like, it's just gross. Like what was that song? 3435. The one that spelled, or was 69, basically.
Yeah.
That one's like, I can't really imagine a parent that's like, that wants to listen to that song because it's literally about 69 and that's just a weird thing to hear about.
Yeah. You don't want to listen to that, especially if your kids or regardless of their age. You don't want to listen to
I
that
don't
with them.
even really want to listen to that song, to be
Yeah.
honest. I love Ariana Grande, but like that was one where I was like, I heard it a few times and I was like, yeah, this is like really cool. And then I was like, oh, kind of over it. But
There's a couple songs like that. I don't want to talk bad about this on stream because this is kind of, we are known like massive Lisa fans from Blackpink, but now
yep.
she's doing her solo stuff. I'm not the most familiar with pop culture. In fact, I'm probably one of the least knowledgeable about pop culture stuff. I don't watch movies or really know celebrities like that, but I love Lisa. Uh, Rockstar, really quick.
Yeah, I know that was like a hit or miss for some people.
That was a mixed one, and it's mixed for me as well. Now, her latest song right now, well, not latest, 2 songs ago, was "New Woman," which is incredible. That's
So
one of my
good.
favorite songs. I love that song. That's gonna be on my Spotify rap for sure.
Yeah.
But Rockstar was a little rough. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's okay. Like instrumentally, it sounds nice. Uh, she performs it well. Lyrically, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, it feels like one of those songs that they just kind of like wrote out for her and they're like, "Oh, this fits your vibe." And it's
Yeah,
like it serves the sort of trendy, like whatever's trending right now, it serves that. The whole like gold teeth sitting on the dash. Like I don't know. I think that they wrote it because they were like, this will chart. And
yeah.
but I mean, I also
Why did
feel
they
like she
choose?
did like that because she's in control of her branding
I'm sure
now.
she liked it. I'm just saying I could see why people were mixed on it.
Yeah, totally.
It's not my favorite. I don't hate it. I'm not really gonna skip it every time. I'm probably gonna skip it sometimes, but
Yeah.
it's just weird to listen to. Like, what on earth are you saying when she says, "Lisa, can you teach
Teach me
me Japanese?"
Japanese. I said hi hi.
I said, "Hi, hi." Now, here's a couple problems with that. So she's not Japanese. She's not even Korean, despite being a K-pop idol.
Couldn't she say like, Lisa, can't you teach me Thai?
Maybe
She
that
could
doesn't
have.
flow as well. I
Well,
feel
no,
like
but she
that's
could have incorporated her own culture into that song. Some she could. I don't know. She probably knows a word that would fit that phrase better.
yeah, and
She
I'm
could
just
have said
thinking,
something.
was that a jab against like the racism she's experienced? Like, hey, teach me
Maybe.
Japanese because you look generally Asian. Maybe that's what it was. It was like, hey, this is kind of what I experienced because I'm Asian, so people
She
just assume
probably will
I
never
know
say
Japanese.
that, but like when they were making the song, it was probably like potentially because she's in
Like
a
have asked me this many times. It's just like I don't know Japanese. I'm not Japanese.
right because like being in a Korean girl group, they probably a lot of people probably assume that she's Korean when she's actually from Thailand.
Yeah,
So that's a cool take. If that's the case, then that's really cool actually because it's like
I
funny.
yeah. It's interesting. It's a kind of a jab at like, hey, but like it's also like, if that were the case, that doesn't really fit the context of the song, I guess.
Right. It's
So
yeah.
I don't know what it is. I
I
don't know what's going on. The song confuses me. Um, I'm just like I don't know if I care for
So,
this.
like, I totally understand what you're saying. I think for the main, like, the chorus part, I think it can be a bit repetitive. But what I love about that song is that it samples Tame Impala. And I don't know if a lot of people realize that. But the bass line of the song is, what song is that? It's a Tame Impala song, which
I don't even know who that is.
Tame Impala, fantastic artist, really good like just vibey music. Like if you want to just like lay out on a beach and just like soak up the energy of the ocean, like this is a good artist to listen
Yeah,
to. But that song samples Tame Impala, and there's a breakdown part in the song where it's like the da, 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 you know that bass line.
yeah,
You know the part where it, like slows down and she's like, "Feel the
yeah,
music going." So that's where you can really hear it, and that is my favorite part of the whole song because it's like, whoa, like this is really cool because you think
yeah,
it's just this like really hyper, sort of like hyper pop song, but then it like transitions into this really like bassy, just like powerful section. And that's like
yeah.
the end of the song as well. I'm glad that she ends the song on that because that's the best part. And when she performs it live, that's my favorite part as well. I like the live version of Rockstar better than the studio version.
You know, it's kind of interesting that she does that still. I don't know how much she had in the approval process for Blackpink songs. 'Cause I imagine that was layers and layers
None.
of people. None.
They didn't have
There's a
any say.
and you say I didn't think they did because that's very very like corporate.
Yeah.
But I will say that one I I very very briefly dated a BTS super fan, and when I expressed my interest in Blackpink, she wasn't too into the idea. She's like, I don't really like them because their songs don't have an identity. And what she meant by that was she said that there's their songs feel like five songs crammed into one. And I'm like, I can agree with that. I like that though. I
Mm.
think that's good for my brain personally. When it's like they'll have distinct segments of each song that are like they could fit, you could like mix and match them between other songs.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. I think they found the perfect mix, and I feel like Lisa has a lot of that in her music, where it's like she almost genre shifts sometimes mid
Yeah.
song. I think that's kind of cool.
Um, I do agree with that in some ways. I feel like their most recent album, Born Pink, I think it rivals that concept. Just
Yeah,
because like you have, I do think a common thread that they have in their music is sort of the like you hear it in Pink Venom. It's kind of like a Middle Eastern like sound,
yeah,
and forgive me, I'm not using the right terminology, but it's like that instrument that you hear in the beginning of Pink Venom where it's like dun 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 dun. They use that I think throughout their music, even towards the beginning of their debut, and which like love that. It's like especially amazing when they perform live because it's just it gives you chills. Like it's really powerful,
yeah.
and So like they use that a lot, but like Born Pink is there's way more of a variety. Like you've got that and then Shut Down, which feels very Blackpink, and then
Yeah.
Yeah Yeah Yeah, which is a really fun song.
Oh, I love that one. Oh,
Yeah,
where's
yeah,
Blackpink
yeah.
at?
I know. I think they're gonna do another comeback next year, but I also have to say we are being fed with these solo projects. We've got
Yeah,
Lisa doing all of her singles. I know she's got an album coming out next year. She has been really glowing. Like you watch her, she just performed at the Victoria's Secret fashion show, which is
which her
huge.
outfit was incredible with the
She
wings and everything.
honestly showed up a lot of those models. Like if you put her in the show, I would have been like, yeah, she's one of the angels, but she
Yeah,
stood out. Like she's glowing, she's beautiful. She has the charisma. She never trips in a performance. Like if you watch her perform with Blackpink or any performance, like she never messes up
yeah.
ever. And she's
I feel like
always,
I trip like getting out of bed than more than
oh
she
my
does
god,
on stage.
like
Yeah.
oh, I
Oh,
can't
whoa.
even. Yeah, I'm not as graceful, nearly as graceful as she is, and I don't think
No,
I ever can
I'm
be.
like yeah. I have the grace of a baby deer.
Me too.
Yeah.
But like I love watching her dance. Like she is one of the most talented dancers in the game right now.
Yeah.
And Rose has a full album coming out in December, which she just had a song with Bruno Mars come out called Apata, which is so cool.
It's very good. It's
It's
very good.
it sounds like the Ting Tings, which if you don't know who that is, it's the That's Not My Name. That's Not My Name. That
Oh,
song.
that's right. Yeah, you were telling me about this last time. Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, this is the vibe that I always felt fit her, like the rock sort of Avril Lavigne vibe. Her voice sounds very similar to Avril Lavigne. So like I was like I really hope that she does like a rock
Oh, I would love for her to
comeback.
cover an Avril song
Oh my god. That would be
because
great.
um because Lisa just covered a song.
Moonlit Floor, which is a sample of Kiss Me by Sixpence None the Richer, which she's been getting, which I love that song. She's been getting a little bit of backlash because people are like, she's ruined the original song. But, like, honestly, I don't know if you've ever tried to sing Kiss Me by Sixpence None the Richer. I'd like to see those people sing it better than she did because, like, I would consider myself to be a decent singer, and I do not sound good singing that song. It's
That sounds
hard.
like it sounds like a tough song, yeah.
Kiss
But like,
me.
where's the Avril covers?
They might
Someone
come,
do
I
a
don't know.
Backstreet Boys. That's what I want.
That would be cool. I'm really excited to see what the rest of her songs sound like Rose because this was such a strong debut. I mean, it's not her debut, but like this is a new era for her and for all of them. And Jenny, oh my god, Jenny just had a song come out, Mantra, and that's
Yeah.
really cool. They're all doing their own thing. And
If Blackpink doesn't
honestly,
come back, that's fine.
I was just about to say, if they never come back together, if they just keep doing their solo projects, I will be more than satisfied.
Yeah.
It's more content because YG just has had them in a prison,
Yeah.
like
That's true.
keeping them from coming back, keeping them from making music. They haven't done anything in the last year. So it's like them renegotiating their contracts and being able to do whatever they want. They're actually creating really good artistic music. And I'm just so happy for them because you can tell on their faces when they're performing, they're so happy. So I think this was
You know what it kind
just
of
meant to be.
reminds me of? It's a little bit of a shift in topic, kind of, but it reminded me of it was um, VTubers.
Mm-hmm.
So there are like massive VTuber companies. This is kind of Twitch appropriate.
Mm.
Like one of the biggest ones, Hololive. That's like that produces all the biggest VTuber talent, right? So they're all streaming under that Hololive banner, right? The Hololive will create their characters, but they've been kind of under a little bit of a microscope because of their shady practices. So
Mm.
whenever something, not even a hot like controversy comes out, but like even if something small comes out, If those performers, regardless of how big, are out of line at all, they will have what's called a graduation stream, which is basically a hey, this is your last stream because you're fired. So they make it seem like, oh, they graduated, they graduated. Let's say what it is, they're fired.
Graduated from
Right.
what?
From Hollow Life. They're graduating. It's a ceremony to see them. They're moving on to new things. They're fired.
Okay.
So I feel like there's I guess slightly smaller VTuber companies that have popped up that have gotten really big, such as VShojo, who works with talent like Iron Mouse, and they used to work with like Neanners and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, they are a little bit more lenient. They let you keep the identity of your character if you decide to leave. They're good. They're more supportive. I'm not going to say they're 100% innocent or anything like that, but they're better
Mm-hmm.
than like Hololive, who will just fire you if information comes out that you have a romantic partner of some sort. You have a graduation stream.
What?
It's these Japanese idol values. So Japanese idols
Right.
are meant to be like, I'm everyone's girlfriend, right? I don't have a dedicated partner. You know, you want to make it the illusion of they're available,
That's
right?
like K-pop.
They're from it's the same thing as K-pop as well. So there was a example where somebody had information that they do have a partner come out and they had to have a graduation stream soon after, and I think people were kind of not too happy about that.
What? But that's not a real
Uh,
person. Like, they're not a real person. Camera facing,
yeah, but
right?
I think people are becoming smarter with the whole okay, but this is a person though,
Oh
and
God, yeah, I hope so.
yeah, well, sometimes it's not. They do have AI VTubers, but anyway,
Oh my
uh,
God.
like what's her name, Neurochan or something
She's
like
a
that.
human being? No,
She's a robot.
I thought she was a unicorn.
Yeah. Um. Oh yeah. So like Token Duelist is saying, one of them got death threats because they saw she was talking with a dude and they assumed it was her boyfriend. It's the culture around VTubers is unfortunately very, very bad. It's worse in Japan, but it's bad here as well.
So these
Um,
people are like they're in Japan. They're not outside of Japan.
a lot of them are in Japan. Some of them
Okay.
aren't, but a lot of them are. Um, Now, obviously, they have American-based companies like VShojo, who they do actually have some Japanese talent on their team as well,
Mm-hmm.
but it's primarily, I think, usually American. I think they have a Canadian on there as well. But anyway, they're less strict, but like these bigger companies, they're kind of having to change some things up. I think there was a recent. Now I'm not as familiar with Hololive. I've kind of been slacking on VTuber stuff. I do like VTubers, but I'm slacking on it lately. I've even been what we call flesh tubing lately.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on face cam
You have.
a lot more lately. For some technical reasons, but I also feel like it's a little bit more expressive. So I've been doing that. I like VTubers, and I'll still continue to use my VTuber. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
um, there was a recent VTuber, a big one that was part of Hololive that it was announced that she was going to have. It's one of the blonde. It's like the blonde detective one. I couldn't tell you what her name is.
Mm-hmm.
But she has to graduate, and I don't know why. If there was any type of reason, but graduation's usually not a good thing. But they're making it so she can actually stream under the same name now. So I guess because of all the heat they've been catching, because of how terrible their practices have
Yeah.
been, just to protect their image, have actually done the reverse thing. It's been damaging their reputation. Um, I think their criteria for firing these girls is kind of insane,
Yeah.
and that kind of makes me not want to be part of that circle. Not that I would, not that I have that opportunity, but if I did, I would still take it. But
So
it just feels gross. It feels gross.
when they become a part of these agencies, they sign away their rights, their IPs,
Well, normally they'll have the character designed and created already, and then they just
and
find
give it to
someone.
somebody.
They give it to somebody. They give it to somebody.
Oh.
But a lot of other companies will be like Vishojo. A lot of their talent, like Iron Mouse
Uh-huh.
and what the frig is that other one's name? Oh,
Sorry, my camera just
Cameron.
went away. Hold on.
I think your phone died.
Oh
Your phone died.
no, my phone. Oh, I didn't plug it in. Oh my God, I didn't plug it in. Hold
Oh
on,
shoot.
guys. I don't know what to do. I guess let me get my charger and you keep talking
That's
about
okay. I got it. I got it. I
this
got
V
it.
Sojo.
Do you have a do you have like a picture to put up?
Do I have a what?
A picture.
A picture to put in place? No, I'm gonna charge my
Yeah.
phone. It'll be on in like 2 seconds. Hold on.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's perfectly timed ads. Hey, well there we go. We got some ads going on in the chat anyway for the Twitch viewers over here. Um anyway, yeah, so they'll have like characters made, but V Shoujo, which is like the North American one. And I might be loose on some of these details, but they will bring in existing VTubers that have done successfully, and they'll ask if they want to be part of their team. You know, for they'll handle organization, convention appearances, legal things. Like they'll handle everything business side and just let you do your thing for a financial cut, which I think is that's pretty cool. That's a good deal. I think they usually get paid pretty well too. Um, but yeah, V Shoujo, it's different. You know, sorry, not V Shoujo. With Hololive, it's different. They'll create these characters, do a casting thing for it, and you'll fit into that role. And you don't get to keep that character. That character remains their IP. I don't know if that's changing now. Is that changing? It could be. If anybody in the chat knows what this VTuber's name is, I was recently told by my friend Shy Drake, who is a big Hololive fan. I don't mind Hololive. I'm a big Korone fan, the dog girl. She's my favorite. She was doing English streams for a little bit. And those were the funniest things in the world. Those were so great. Well, I don't follow her every move or stream or anything like that. I'm a pretty casual fan. I used to be more into Cornet is very funny. That's a sassy dog for sure. But uh yeah, my favorite's still probably Iron Mouse. Um I would say I put the most hours into watching Iron Mouse for sure. But she's like the biggest. She has the record for the most subscribers on Twitch now, right? So she just had her huge 40-day subathon, which is nuts. I barely got to catch any of it, to be honest with you. I haven't had time to watch Twitch streams. I'll do the occasional other ones. Like on my list right now, I have Shy Lily. That's another one. I think she's very very entertaining. Some other small ones as well. But yeah, I like my VTubers still. I'll still watch them. I'll still do the occasional thing. Oh, we got a brief second of MaeMaeTown for a second. We'll see what happens. Uh, let's see. JT says 40 days is wild. It is. That's a lot. I don't know. Maymay looking like lost footage for a moment. She really did. That was a little bit spooky, but it's fine. Happy Halloween, everyone. This is our actual our promo for our Halloween special. That's what's going on here. Oh, it's coming back. It's coming back, chat. Here we go. Token says, I can't say I'm a big fan of too many VTubers. I like them, but I don't avidly watch them like my friends do. Yeah, same. I'm in the same position. I don't avidly watch.
So I'm back, but
Uh,
it's like really zoomed in.
oh, sometimes when you hit start camera, it chooses a different camera, so you're
He's
gonna
still
have to probably
talking.
choose. Yeah, yeah. So
Like
when
really
sometimes,
zoomed in.
yeah, when you turn your camera back on, when you hit start camera, it'll often change back to the other camera, so you have to change it back to dual wide or whatever it is.
I did.
Yeah, I know, but you'll have to do it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Really looking like horror footage. I know. That's fine. I got it, chat. Don't worry about it. But yeah, 40 days. I don't know if I could do a subathon like that. If I remained a VTuber the entire time, I could. I don't want to sleep on stream. What if I'm scratching my butt? You know? What if I'm doing that? What if I'm just going to town on my nose? Like I'm picking my nose while I'm sleeping. I don't know what I'm doing while I'm sleeping. But I feel like I don't want to sleep on camera. So I'd have to maybe I'll play old VODs while I'm sleeping, which I think is actually a good move,
It's still zoomed
right?
in.
Can you do the triple wide camera?
I'm on it right now. Maybe I just need to crop. Help. I'm
Help!
gonna see my. Why is it so zoomed in?
Can you hold Alt to uncrop that? Because I think it's
That's
just cropped
probably
weird.
it.
You
Pre-pro
can reset pre-pro stream, pre-pro stream.
reset.
I'll just continue. Oh, where are you hiding the body? Uh,
What?
uh,
Transform, reset, transform.
yeah,
Oh
you can do
boy.
that, and then you can do this in studio mode so nobody sees it.
I don't know how to do that.
Just hit the studio mode button, and then you can edit everything in the scene without it showing up. And then you can unhit studio mode, and it'll be done with it.
I don't know where that button. Wait, hold on. Editor, App Store, highlighter, recordings.
What? I think we're way off.
No, because you use OBS and I use Streamlabs.
I feel like it was so close in
Oh
like
my god.
functionality though.
Okay,
It's
delete
fine.
that.
So JT says, the sleeping category that they use is actually a game. Oh yeah, I'm only sleeping. That game has gotten so much attention due to like subathons and people sleeping on camera, and I think that's so funny. Noodle says the Zoom took me out. May looked like she was filming the intro for a horror video game. They have those video messages in the meeting. Hey, is this thing on? Great. Here we are at the haunted house. These things aren't actually real, and they have all their friends in the background. Oh, let's go! And it cuts to them all dead.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get. I just have to uncrop everything. You're gonna see my really bad, my webcam. Wait,
Which you
where's...
could just look at. Okay, actually, can you do a webcam reveal? Can you move it the way I want to
Guys, my
see it?
webcam is broken.
It's broken. Look at that. Wow, that thing's
Can you
absolutely
tell me what's
destroyed.
wrong with this webcam? Because I literally put it in a
That
case every time I travel with it. I've never wronged it.
that thing is worse than last time I was there, and that was
It's
already bad.
it's gotten worse. It's terminal.
It's yeah. I feel like it's getting rough. But
I don't
anyway,
know what to do. I think I'm just... Am I sitting in the wrong place? Wow, this is the best podcast episode we've ever done.
I've been holding it down. Don't worry.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
Yeah,
To like move it up and then move it up and then move it down and
it's
then
somehow
move it
affecting your
down.
green screen background, but she's not using it. She doesn't use a green screen. That's the only thing. But anyway, technical issues. That's one of the fun parts of streaming. That's one of the funnest parts of streaming. I will say right before we went live, everybody loves a good little "I told you so," right? That's a fun little moment.
Wait.
One of the last things I said before we went live is make sure you plug in your phone.
I'm just gonna do reset. Oh, wow.
You're like, yeah, it's plugged.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah, I got it. No, it's all good.
It's just another day in the life, huh?
Hey, we can't win, Petey.
These broads, they never lighten up, do they, Petey? Okay,
Get
what was I
away.
doing? Horizontally, I like it flipped that way. Oh,
I don't think it was
Jesus.
flipped. It definitely wasn't flipped that way.
It's... Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I think this is better. Let me actually...
Chat, was it flipped that way? I don't know if it was.
Let me you can kind of see my pineapple pants. Well,
Pineapple pants.
not really.
All right. Anyway, we got it. Hey,
Jesus, everyone, thank you for being so patient.
we just talked about VTubers the entire time. It's all right.
Swear to God. That's what I figured you were doing.
Yeah.
It's better now. It's not the same,
I
but
think I have less real estate, but people are here for the MaeMaeTown podcast anyway, so it's all good.
they're here for you.
Now they're here for you.
You
What are you
can
talking about?
you can say that.
Oh, they're honestly here for you. I'm honored to be a guest on here.
You're a co-host.
But yeah, well, co-host now. Yeah, that's true. I'm
Yeah.
honored to be a co-host.
You graduated.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
I want to. My streaming dream. Well, already an hour and 15 minutes in. My streaming dream is I want to have a studio that looks like. Canadians in chat will know what this is, so I guess that's only 1 to 2 people. Is to have like a studio that's filmed like the Zone segment on YTV, where it's like you have these 2 TV hosts that are introducing the shows, and they're talking about fun things that they're into. They're talking about the toys that are hot at the moment. right? They're doing that kind of thing, and they're like overly excited. Like, I love that episode of Dragon Ball Z, and coming up next we got Pokemon coming up. My favorite Pokemon is Charmander. I love Charmander. And then the other girl goes, no, I love Bulbasaur. You know, it's like that kind of
Yeah.
thing. And they just have like a fun little banter between shows. And they go, all right, we'll have to see what Ash Ketchum's up to next in this episode, right? And I would love to do that. Or like when we're watching Uh-Oh and having
Mm-hmm.
a studio that's similar to like the Uh-Oh. Um, sorry,
Yeah.
Token said, damn it, Sugar, no one likes Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur, sorry. Sugar was our like big TV host. She was incredible. But anyway.
Is Sugar the one with the interesting voice, the high voice?
Yeah, the high pitched voice. It was Sugar and Carlos for the longest time. Carlos is this I don't know, very charismatic, cute guy, and
Mm-hmm.
he's very happy and over the top. And then she's like the cutesy little mousy one, I guess.
Yeah.
And they had a great dynamic anyway.
I love Sugar's voice.
Yeah, it's iconic. It's definitely iconic, and I want that type of stream setup where it's
Oh,
like
I
I'm not
know.
introducing shows, but I want to have like you know maybe the two of us and we're just kind of talking at the camera. We're standing, and it's kind of dynamic cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah, and oh, that'd be fun. That'd be
I've been
fun.
thinking about like being down here, like mobile homes are really affordable. And so I
Yeah,
was looking, I mean, this is a mobile home,
it's
technically.
gorgeous too. Yeah,
And I was like, man, I could probably put a down payment on a mobile home like in the next year and then just have a mortgage and have like a 2-bedroom mobile home and we could like renovate it, and that's like my dream, honestly. But
yeah,
I was thinking about that. I was like, if I did move down here, it's like I could find like a park like this, and it's more realistic than buying a house.
it is. Yeah, definitely more affordable, and it's
Yeah.
honestly, hey, you guys had a hurricane in Florida recently, and this place held up.
And nothing happened. Hurricane Milton came straight through this park, and not only is it still here, but there was no damage, no water damage. We lost like the skirting around the house, but that's it. Nothing got in. Nothing broke.
Yeah.
Like, so okay. So we're good.
So we're good. I would be down. Let's get a place like that.
I think a lot of people our age are getting mobile homes because it's you can have like a nice house with a fraction of the cost of a house. Like
Yeah,
a
that
lot
thing
of
is.
these
I could easily live there. That's no
oh,
problem at all.
there's so much room. This is just 1 bedroom, but even then I'm like, wow, there's so much space. Like you got the living room,
Yeah.
the bathroom is super nice. A lot of these, this one specifically, I think was in the like 75K range, but this is like a really nice model. A
Yeah.
lot of them down here are like 20 to 30K. It's like that's like for a house. And then you
Even
put it,
75K, like I would do that for that place.
yeah. I mean, 75 is way less than, a house these days in any city costs at least 500K.
Oh, in Canada it's at least 2 million.
Yeah, in Toronto and Atlanta, you have to pay like $1 million for a house.
Yeah, I
It's
I'm
bad.
never gonna see that money. I'm struggling to see more than quad digits in my bank account, to be honest.
I know. It's
So
rough.
it's rough. It's rough.
And
But I
like,
did
yeah.
just go to a convention the other day. It was an
Mm-hmm.
Anime North Halloween event. Both Spielerman and I went, and Shy Drake as well. And we sold a bunch of our stuff. We brought in a bunch of games. I had some plushies, had some toys. We had a ton of fun. I can't really say how Spielerman's experience was, but mine was very good. I love going to those events and selling my games. I don't know if this is visible on camera at all, if it's cropped out, but I have a bunch of games and systems lined up in bed. I was going through some stuff. I was organizing it a little bit. So you can
Yeah, I
see a
was
ton
like,
of my
keep
Game
it.
Boy stuff all over bed. I got a couple copies of. I got two Pokemon Yellows, two Pokemon
Oh,
Crystals right
that's
here.
so
All right, I got
cool.
them all. But I don't know. I love retro games, and going there was very fun. Not only do I make good money there, like I made
You made
like a
good
week's worth.
money.
I made good money. I made like a paycheck's worth, right?
Yeah.
Which is awesome. So it's like great money, but also I love doing these things because I love seeing, especially the younger kids, excited about old stuff. You know,
Yeah.
you think about like what modern games are kids playing. You got your Roblox, your Fortnite, your iPad games, your mobile games, your stuff like that. And it's like, sure, nothing wrong with that. I'm sure they're making their childhood memories. I'm sure that's fine. There's been a lot of cool things in Fortnite that have made me want to play Fortnite. But it's these experiences, though old, though the graphics are a little chunkier or pixelated, whatever it may be, really, really good experiences as well. Not all of them, but some of them. And it's
Yeah.
cool, like selling my personal collection that I've had, very sentimental uh, attachments to,
Hmm.
and seeing a young kid come up and they're so excited to see this thing, to hold it in their hand, and they're like, they really want to buy it. Maybe their parent is there and they have to ask their parent for the money for it. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, that makes me so genuinely happy, and I don't have any regrets about selling it because I'm like, this kid is about to make some freaking memories with this game, just like I
Oh
did. It
yeah.
feels like a Toy Story moment for
I
me,
know.
and I know you haven't seen Toy Story 3, but just like passing your toys off to another thing is like you're so happy that they're going to a good home. And I had this one person I sold. Sorry, I'm rambling a little bit,
No, you
but
ramble.
I brought my N64 games, some of them that I had a really strong attachment to. I brought Bomberman 64 and Killer Instinct Gold. Now, Killer Instinct Gold is my favorite fighting game of all time. And Bomberman 64, I used to draw little comics based off it when I was a child.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how much I'm a big Bomberman fan. I'll draw Bomberman pretty often even now. So it's like I've had those games since I was very young.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to bring those types of games. You're like, well, I've had these for so long, but realistically, I haven't been playing them,
Yeah.
right? But I have these attachments to them. And this guy walks up to me. He's probably my age, and he's visibly not Japanese, but he says he was so excited. He comes up to me. He goes, "Oh, amazing! I haven't seen an English N64 game in a while." He was telling me his story. He's like, I live in Japan now, and I've lived there for years, and I work at a electronics repair store. So I see a lot of games come through and a lot of game systems, but they're all in Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I speak Japanese, but it would be good to have some English games as well. So he was so excited. He had his son with him as well, and he bought Killer Instinct Gold and he bought Bomberman 64 and I think another game as well. And he told me when he bought them, he's like, in a couple of weeks, these are going to be on a plane to Japan. And I was so happy. I was just like, my little games that I've had since I was a kid are about to go on a friggin' journey
Yeah.
across the world to Japan. And they're going to be enjoyed probably by this kid and his dad, he was like very excited about this, right? They're probably going to play this together.
That's so cool.
And I was like, that there couldn't be a better way for me to get rid of my stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
could hoard all this stuff, right? But what's the point, right? When you
Yeah.
die, you don't have anything anyway. So it's like
Right.
eventually I'm not going to have this stuff. So why not get some money for it and also make someone else's day? So
Exactly.
that's what I've been up to.
Especially when like you don't it's something that you don't really like look at or think about. Like if it's
Yeah,
something that you have displayed and you love looking at it every day, that's a different story because it's like it's meaningful to you and you want it to be a part of your collection. But if it's something that you've kind of outgrown and you don't really pay attention to it, it's better to go to like another home or to another kid so they can have the same experience that you did. So that's very
exactly,
special.
exactly. It was very special feeling. It was like I was like almost ready to tear up a little bit. I was like, oh wow. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I was like, this is stupid over like a little N64 game, but I
No,
was
I
very
would
happy
cry
about it.
too.
Yeah, yeah, it was a good feeling, and they had and it's like I still have the means to play these things. I have like I have these cartridges, right? Everdrives.
Mm-hmm.
Got this one. I love these things. Oh, grab this one.
Don't fall.
I'm not gonna fall. Don't worry. These cartridges are the best. I got a Super Nintendo one. All right, I got my N64 one, and I got my little Game Boy Advance one. I love EverDrives. These are a great product from a guy named Crix. He lives in the Ukraine,
Cricks from the
and him and his
Ukraine.
Crix from the Ukraine. He's been doing wonders for the emulation scene and also like the Flash cartridge scene, and it
Mm-hmm.
makes it so I don't have to keep these old cartridges. I don't have to keep the clutter anymore. I can just play everything off one cartridge
Yeah,
on the same hardware I used to play as a kid. So
that's
I'm
great.
ready to get rid of everything. Yeah, it's
I know
all.
I've been really getting into like collecting nostalgic things. And we were on FaceTime the other night, and I was like, oh, there's a what's it called? I think it's called a Bondi Blue vintage iMac. You know the iMacs with the big. Sorry, there's a plane coming. The
I don't
I'm
hear it.
You don't hear it. Okay, just in case. The vintage iMacs with the big backs. You know, with the colorful backs. It's kind of translucent, usually. And I found one on Facebook Marketplace in Florida for like $275, but it comes with the original keyboard, mouse, Freddy Fish 3 on CD-ROM, which
A bunch of software too.
a bunch of software for that specific computer. And so it's been in my archived items, and I'm like, should I pull the trigger? Cuz like I really want a vintage computer in my room, but not
Yeah.
just anyone. Like I want the iMac, and preferably the strawberry pink one, but that one is like you can't find it on eBay even. Like
Not for cheap anyway, because we were
no.
looking that up. Those iMacs are incredible, by the way. I
Oh,
love
they're
those things.
beautiful.
Those basically sum up that early 2000s aesthetic.
My sister
I
had
like.
one.
I'm so jealous. We didn't have that. You know what is another thing? You know the Hot Wheels Windows PC?
Yeah.
That one's iconic too. I want that one.
I
The
just
Hot
like
Wheels, like
yeah.
I love that era. Like just making everything look fun. I like. I was looking at this
Perfect.
earlier. Like I was talking about transparent things. I actually
Yeah.
messaged a game store in Brandon, Florida,
Mhm.
called Game Asylum, which we went to last time we were in Florida.
Yeah.
And they're really cool. They were very friendly. They had a bunch of backlit Game Boy Advances, and I'm thinking, wow, these would be cool to have. But I have a ton of Game Boy Advances already. And then they were telling me that they do the mods themselves, and I kind of want to bring this to them when I go to Florida next week.
Mhm.
This pink, transparent
Oh, it's so
Game Boy Advance
beautiful.
that I have. I love this thing. It's one of the original models. I also have this purple Game Boy Color as well. I love this
So
thing as well.
cool.
Like the transparent stuff. That's
Bring
bring
it
that back. First
back.
of all,
What are we
bring that back.
doing? Bring back
What's really going on here?
the translucent consoles and computers and whatever phones even. Like let's just start a whole line of that
Just
because it's
yeah,
so good.
yeah. I love that, and it's like I feel like now's the time to bring it back. People love seeing inside a little technology. Ooh, look at that little world
It's
in there. You know,
cool.
I want to go to there. You know.
I want to go to there. Yeah, if I got one of those iMacs, I was like, ooh, I would like put lights inside of it so that every time it turns on, it like lights up. Because I don't think it
Yeah,
does, right?
it doesn't. Unfortunately, most of these parts don't have moving things you can see inside, but it's just cool to see inside of it. And I actually messaged that store, Game Asylum,
Mm-hmm.
to see if they would do a backlit mod for my Game Boy Advance if I bring it to them next week. I think I'm willing to do that, much like how you're like kind of thinking of buying these iMacs. Do we need it? No. Do I need a backlit Game Boy Advance? Absolutely not.
Kind of
I
need
have
it.
my Game Boy. I have my Nintendo DS Lite right here. I can just play a backlit Game Boy Advance on these things. It has a
Yeah.
Game Boy Advance slot. I really do not need it, but
Yeah.
I need it.
But I need it.
I
Like
want it.
it's it depends on how much money I make this week because like 275, that's almost my car payment. Like
Yeah.
I have to be smart about that. But it's also like the best one I've seen for what you get. Like it's like this older couple I can tell, and they have kept the original boxes for everything. So it's got like the iMac branding on it, and I'm like,
Mm.
I know it's in pristine condition. It probably works really well. And I don't think I would find another, because I've seen a lot of other ones, but it's like, don't know if it works, don't care. It's got like, it's missing a side piece. So this would be the best option. The blue is
Now, a lot
really
of people just want it for like the
the
aesthetic. So if
aesthetic.
you're buying like a broken one, you're spending $30 on a broken one. Sure, you can just
Yeah,
have it. If
but you
it's not
can't play
visibly
it.
broken, yeah. But some people just want it there for like a little set piece,
Which
right?
I do too. That's a lot of the reason why I want it, because I'm on TikTok and Pinterest and I see these, you know, these vintage iMacs, and I'm like, "Damn, I need this in my room because it would just go with my whole collection." But I also like if I did get one, then I would want to start collecting my old CD-ROM games like Freddy Fish and like Humongous Entertainment, all that stuff. Because
Yeah,
this past week, a couple days ago, I was looking up like where to play, Reader Rabbit and Jumpstart games because Steam doesn't have those yet. They have all the Humongous Entertainment games, but they don't have anything else. And I was like, I really want to play these games, but you have to find some shady emulator or you have to just buy them.
yeah.
So I'm like, well, if I had a computer, but also like if I get the iMac, don't you need like a PC to or like a you need something to put the games into, or does it come with it?
Yeah,
The CD?
I'm pretty sure there's a disk drive right in front of it.
Oh, that's right. It's right in the front. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I would start collecting those games, and then I would just have a little corner collection
I think
for.
Apple computers have always primarily been built into the monitor. I think,
You're
I
right.
think it's, yeah, I think so.
Well,
I've
not
never
the new
owned an Apple
MacBooks.
PC. Nothing new, Mac?
Not the new MacBooks, and I don't think the new iMacs have CD players because
Not
they
CD
don't.
players, but like the whole computer's built in. Like you don't have to have a separate tower kind of thing.
Right. That would be
Yeah,
perfect then. I could just
yeah,
get the CDs. Because I have seen also the Mac, also blue. Uh, what's it called? The tower
yeah.
that has all the things in it, all the like the PC that I have.
I guess I'm less familiar with Apple products. I've never owned an Apple computer at all. I'm a
Yeah.
recent Apple fan because of the iPad, and then I got an iPhone to match the iPad, and then you gotta get the
Mm-hmm.
AirPods, of course. I
Yeah.
got my AirPods right here. So
Colgate. I will say, like, doing a deep dive on like the iMac computers and iPods and stuff like, because I want to get an iPod Nano, a pink one, and just have my music downloaded on there. Because
yeah,
I also found a Bratz iPod Nano speaker that I
yeah.
have to order. But I was like, if I get that and the iPod Nano and I play the music, oh my god, guys, I'm telling you, it's an
I
addiction.
constantly see it like nostalgia, collecting retro stuff like that. I feel like I'm more
Ooh,
into that than actually having the retro games now. That's why I'm kind of looking to
yeah.
get rid of everything I own. Um, and just make that money, pay off my debts,
Start new, start
get
over,
get this thing going.
get this thing going.
Yeah,
But no, it's
get
like
this money going, get this debt going.
it's such a fun hobby because it brings magic into your world, you know?
Yeah,
Like I feel so happy when I'm scrolling through Facebook Marketplace and I'm seeing like the iMac computers. I'm like, "Oh my god, I remember my sister had the orange one and I would play on her computer all the time." And like it's just so exciting to find things like that and just be like, "Wow, I forgot about this thing." But Apple specifically, like their marketing back then and their branding was off the chain. Like
yeah.
they really knew how to create a beautiful product. Like I think the iMac specifically, each color they came in was a fruit, which is genius
Mm,
because like apple, fruit, and they don't really do that anymore. It's so modern now,
yeah.
and I just like I have no incentive to buy Apple products because like it's not as exciting as it used to be. And like the iPod Maxes, sorry, the
AirPod.
AirPod Maxes, like I want those just for to decorate them because people will like buy cases, put stickers and like rhinestones and stuff like that. And I'm like, ooh, I really want that. But they're $600.
They are, yeah.
$600 is crazy for a pair of headphones for Apple
It
headphones.
is, because that's what it is, and you're just buying mainly for the brand. I'm sure the sound sounds nice, but like,
Yeah.
sort of these Sony headphones I bought these as my little like, I'm gonna be at home for a long time. Let's buy me a
Hmm.
nice gift because it's COVID. I bought these in 2020,
Yeah.
for I think 89.99, and these things are incredible. They have like a
Yeah.
40-hour battery life. They sound incredible too. The sound on these things is nuts.
Sony is a
Sure,
great
you can
headphone brand.
you can see like they're kind of crumbling a little bit because that black kind of fake leather
Hmm.
stuff. You can see it's kind of crumbling, like it's gone. But they've been very reliable for that time. So
You could
like,
probably replace those that lining from like
yeah,
Amazon.
probably,
You can probably order like a new cushion thing, but like they're still I've worn them, and they're really
yeah,
comfy. So,
yeah. I can wear these for long periods of time. I only switched to AirPods because I didn't want to have the band on top of my head all the time.
yeah, it hurts.
Because I heard, well, in addition to it hurts, like I have thin hair. I'm not balding yet, but I will.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this will, like, I'm gonna go bald
You will
eventually, and
if you
I've already
wear
made
it,
peace.
yeah.
And so that's why I'm like, if I'm wearing these for long periods of time, I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna get the AirPods, reduce the stress on my head.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't help with streaming because I still wear these, but anyway.
Well, that's the case for everybody. That's not just if you have like if you're prone to if there's like balding in your family. Like if anyone wears headphones like that for too long, they'll start losing hair
Yeah,
in that area because it's so much stress. But yeah, I was like, man, I really want the AirPod Maxes, and I found a dupe on TikTok, but like the quality is really bad. Like I can tell people are lying about it. They're like, ah, it's so loud and it's so amazing, but I know they're just trying to sell it to people.
hmm
So I was like, oh, well, I guess not. I guess I won't buy. I'll stick with my cheap wired ones. These are all that I really have right now. I have AirPods, but I never keep them charged. Like I can
yeah.
never find them.
Well, you only recently found them again, right? And you were surprised that
They
they
were in
still
my
work,
car for like 2 years before I took them
which is
out.
nuts that they survived all like that heat.
Well,
You know?
I left them in there initially because they wouldn't hold a charge. So I was like, well, these are
Yeah.
broken. And then I was like, you know what? Let me try. And I was able to charge them, but I still think they're off. I think there's something wrong.
Hmm.
It lies about the charge when I look at my phone. It'll say like 90%, but then I hear the doo 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 doo.
I hate that sound.
That
That's
is
my least favorite
literally
sound.
like gives me anxiety. It's like the
Yeah.
alarm clocks too. It just gives me so much
Oh,
anxiety.
awful sound, awful sound. Uh, JT in the Twitch chat says RIP to the iPod though. That was my
That's why I'm gonna
favorite.
buy one.
Yeah, I still have my. I don't have it on hand like I usually have everything within arm's reach during these streams. I might actually, maybe it's back there. But anyway, I have the red iPod Nano, the like
Mm-hmm.
breast cancer one.
Yeah. It
That
was
they
red?
sold to that. Is I think that one was red. I think it was usually it'd be pink, right?
Right.
Like the pink like ribbon. But like I think they sold the red one for that.
Interesting.
It was like a special. It was a special event one like that. Um, but anyway, I have that one still,
Mm-hmm. We should have
and it
matching
still has all
iPods.
my. We should have matching iPods. I love that one. I used to have a chunkier iPod. It was called Mini, but it was actually quite chunky.
Yeah, it's like the
It
fat
was
square one, right?
the fat square one, yeah, and that thing was like 256 gigs.
Mm.
The insane amount of music on that thing. Because I think my red iPod Nano is only 4 gigs or 8 gigs, which is not a lot.
Yeah.
You can fit maybe like 200 songs on that thing, which that suffices for a lot of people. But like, I need more than that.
Back then it did because we only had access to so much music back then. Like it was like, can you buy the CD?
But yeah,
Before like LimeWire and stuff. When LimeWire came out, that was the first Spotify that was free
I
because
used to use
you
this
had access
website
to
called.
everything.
That's true, and it's like I was pretty on top of the music piracy thing. I was kind of snobbish about it because I wouldn't do YouTube conversions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, those are bad quality. Never do
Oh
YouTube
yeah.
conversions. It sounds like garbage. And I would use this website called downloads.nl, which I think is like a Netherlands URL. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I would use that website and you just type in the name of the song and it would basically skim websites for you for like proper
Wow.
MP3s for the song. And that website unfortunately does not exist anymore, but that's where I found everything. So like all my music's from that website and I miss it. It's not around anymore. People don't
Yeah.
really value MP3s like that anymore because, Spotify, right?
Right, there's no need for it, but like oh my God, I just remember my brother and we were download fiends when it came to
Mhm.
LimeWire. We downloaded everything, and it was really like sketchy because sometimes you download a song and you wouldn't know what it sounded like until you played it. So
Yeah.
sometimes we would like think we were downloading a theme song to a TV show, and it would be like one of those like viral like bad YouTube videos, or like not
Yeah.
YouTube, before YouTube. It was like where you would see the most like traumatic videos. I won't get into which one specifically, but like it would be like the audio for one of those videos, and we would just have to be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, oops,
Oh,
delete."
not that one. Uh-oh.
But like we
Hopefully parents
downloaded
didn't hear that
like
one.
I don't know if I should be saying this because it is illegal, but
This is when we were kids. It was
but
fine.
everyone did it. Every person that had a computer had LimeWire.
Listen, I pay for Spotify now. It's fine.
Yeah, I pay $11 a month for
Yeah,
Spotify. I can't imagine how much you pay. It's like 15?
48. No, it's
I know
no,
I know
no.
you have like a family plan.
Yeah, yeah. But it's so it's a little bit more. I think it's 20. Might be 20.
Jesus. For music.
Uh, Maybe it's 17. I don't know what it is, but it's something.
That's a
Um,
try. That's why I want to do iPod Live cuz I just want to download all my music and
yeah. Hey,
not
if
pay for it.
we've been recommended MP3 juices. I guess that's a website where you can download some stuff.
Okay.
Maybe it's time to get back on that train. I'm not saying we're not condoning piracy. I'm just saying maybe I should pirate music.
History repeats itself. I'm telling you. That's why everyone's into Y2K now.
Well, that's why you're seeing different music apps pop up. You got your Apple Music, your Amazon Music, YouTube Music. It's like stop,
Get out
slow
of my
down because
face.
people are really into pirating TV shows and movies right now because of that reason. Everybody flew too close to the sun, and now everyone's falling again.
Yeah, it's
Everyone, it's
true.
always the greed that makes people turn back to piracy, and it's happening.
Yeah, I
So
fully intend on getting an iPod and using. I think it's like just I want to detach myself from my phone more, and I
mm,
think by having a separate listening device that's just for music, that will
yeah,
really help me not be like switching back and forth from Spotify to Instagram. Like, to be like, oh, if you want to listen to music, you have to go onto your iPod and like select a song.
yeah.
I just think it'll be healthier for me to like have that separation.
Well,
Um,
I have two working iPods. It won't be cute. I know you're kind of looking to it for an aesthetic. I have the red Nano, which is like my favorite one. I'm going to be
mm-hmm.
keeping that one, and I have a iPod Touch as well,
Okay.
which is still in working condition. So if you want that, you can have that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all you need, yeah, and like how JT's saying in the chat, you could still reasonably use an iPod. You
Yeah.
absolutely could. It's there. All you still need is an aux cable for your headphones. If you have headphones with an aux cable, or just like mine, they're wireless, but I
Yeah.
still have the port, right?
I
That's all
do
you need.
right
Still,
now.
it's still, yeah. You put music on your iPod through iTunes, which is still you can use that on new Windows computers
Mm-hmm.
still. You just import. That's how I
Okay.
put music on my phone. Actually, I don't use purely Spotify because Spotify doesn't have a lot of video game music, and I
Right.
love video game music, right? So I put all those separately on my phone.
Well, yeah, because like I want to listen to, I always want to listen to like the Freddy Fish soundtracks, especially when I'm down here, because it's like
Yeah.
it's beach vibes. But like you have to go to YouTube to do that. So that would be the primary use of my iPod is having all that music on there.
You know what? I'll load up an iPod with some Nintendo
Oh,
music
beach
that we
music.
can listen to when we're there. Yeah, I think that'd be
Yeah,
nice.
because I listen to there's a couple like tropical Nintendo videos that I listen to. So you already know which songs I like.
Of course. Do you have a um an aux port in your
Uh,
car?
I think I do.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
That's all we need.
I think
That's all
they've
we need.
kept aux ports in modern cars.
Okay.
But yeah, I have one, so
Yeah.
we can listen to the iPod
Let's do that. Yeah.
and not have to worry about like internet connection. That would be cool.
That'd be great. That'd be awesome. We don't have to worry about ads. No ads.
No ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I'm excited about this new journey for me.
Yeah.
For you.
Where it's gonna be the best. It's gonna be nostalgic, but also more efficient as well.
Yeah. Well, I want to
So
decorate it anyways, so even if it's red, I mean, I wonder if I can buy like a pink case or something for it.
well, the iPod Touch that I'm gonna bring, that one is plain. It's just a black one.
Okay.
I think it's silver because it's got the silver backing,
Yeah.
like that metal silver backing to it.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll have
find
to
it.
find it. I gotta go through my storage. What we're also gonna do, we're gonna have a little bit of a retro tech vacation. So I'm
Yeah.
also gonna be bringing a pink
Digital
uh,
camera?
digital camera, which I have to go find. It's just the old. I think it's Nikon maybe.
I just like really wanted to start creating content on the pink digital camera, like pictures and like how fun would it be to do a YouTube vlog that's completely on a pink digital camera?
Yeah,
That'd
that'd
be
be cute.
cool. I think people would be into that, but like I just want to start like I said, I want to like separate from the phone, so like having a separate camera to just like
Yeah,
create
yeah.
memories and take pictures. I think it's a vibe. So, yeah, that's why I asked you to bring that.
Yeah, of
I'm
course I'll bring
excited.
that. I'll have to find it. It's gonna be I have to do a bit of a deep
If
dive
you
into
can't
my
find it, no
storage.
worries, but I can probably
No,
find
I
one
gotta
on
find.
Facebook Marketplace like today
That's true. That's
if you
true.
can't.
Let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna. You know what? I don't have a whole lot going on today. I'm gonna do that today.
Okay.
I feel like we're just having regular conversation between each other that like doesn't matter to anyone else right
No,
now.
this is all part of the podcast though.
That's it.
I was trying to think
This
of
has been quite the journey of a podcast, like it always is.
it has. I think this has been the most like wild ride that we've had.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. Good luck titling this episode as usual.
Yeah. I won't know until I'm
I'm
literally
not.
posting it.
I'm not willing to help.
I'm the only one that comes up with the titles. I'll like
Yeah,
ask him for advice like if it sounds good or not, but usually I'll just do what I want.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you gotta. You're the mastermind with that stuff.
It always comes to me though.
Yeah, every single time.
Yeah.
Um, is that the time? Is that time?
I think I mean, I feel like we've pretty much talked about everything that we maybe wanted to talk about. Um
I have had a cold open for the streams planned for months now. It's not even that good. It's just something I wanted to say to open up the stream, and I never end up doing it. I'm gonna do it eventually.
okay.
It's not even anything like profound or that interesting, but I just had a way I wanted to open the stream.
You'll tell me when we end.
No, I'm not
Ah,
gonna tell you.
okay.
I don't want to give you any prep. I'm
So
gonna
it'll be
just
a
wait for
surprise for me
the
too.
podcast. It will be, yeah.
Okay. Well, guys,
And it just ends up being, I'm taking off all my clothes. You're like,
I'm taking
no.
off all my clothes. I wouldn't stop you. How am I gonna stop you? I'm here.
That's true. That's true. I guess you could hit end stream, or you could just let it happen.
Yeah, I can just hide your camera, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. There's
There's
no
no
rules,
rules.
baby.
Hey, shirt brother.
Hey, sure, brother.
Hey, shirt brother. Oh, I wanted to show you guys before we end something I found at the thrift store that I'm really happy about.
It's so cute.
It's this dolphin statue.
For the listeners, it's a beautiful dolphin statue with 4 dolphins, very cute sculpted dolphins on a rocky coastal underwater coral infested
Glittery.
glittery scene, and it's really cute, really summery, and I like it.
I just wanna be part of your symphony. That's why I bought it because I was like, this is literally the symphony dolphin.
It is, yeah.
I just thought it was so cute. I was like, I'm gonna leave this here and my parents are gonna deal with it.
I don't think they'll remove it. I think it's good.
It fits in with the aesthetic, honestly, but I also
They
kind
just
of want
bought.
to take it
You
home.
can actually see it in the background. They bought that coral lamp.
Yeah, it would go perfect with the coral lamp.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, so that's one of my finds of the week. I'm gonna do some more thrift shopping this week, I think.
Great. I love that top too. That's a great top.
Yeah, this is a bathing suit top, but I was like, I'm gonna wear it for the podcast because it's also like a top.
Honestly, you could just wear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well,
Well, chat and listeners and watchers and lurkers and stinky perverts.
stinky
We're gonna leave
birds.
and kind perverts as well and hygienic ones. Um,
What?
everyone think I don't know. I'm thinking of the people who watch.
You're hungry.
Uh, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go to Mandarin.
Oh, you
Don't
saved me a
know.
plate.
Of course. I'll mail you 3 plates.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful week. I guess maybe we'll do a Halloween stream of
Let's do.
something.
Yeah,
We'll
we can
do
do
it
a.
like
Do
a
you want to
game.
dual stream on Halloween?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Let's do it. I don't know what we're gonna play. We'll play a scary game. You're great with scary games. We'll do
Oh,
a
great
scary
with
game.
scary games. We'll play
Yeah,
something on Halloween.
we'll play something. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun. And if you don't tune in for that, we'll see you for the next episode, which Nia will be here for that. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
If you
Will
don't
you?
tune in for that, yeah.
The third? Maybe
Ooh,
not.
yes, I will. I
Okay.
will be.
So yeah, Neo will be here in person for the next podcast episode. But
Yes, so be there.
yeah. But I
If
hope
you don't tune in for the Halloween stream, we're not streaming again.
I'm never streaming again.
So no pressure, but you got to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I hope everyone has a wonderful week and a wonderful Halloween if we don't see you on the day. And remember to lock your doors,
Lock your doors
secure the house.
and keep that Avril rebellious spirit
Yeah,
alive.
listen to Avril
Spirit
Lavigne
of
today.
Halloween.
Yeah, Spirit of Halloween, because she loves it.
She loves
She loves
it.
Halloween.
Ooh, what's that song? Hey,
Hey,
hey, I
you
love
love
Halloween.
Halloween. Yeah, yeah, you, I love Halloween.
Oh, I love what she said. I love
That's
Halloween.
my favorite part.
I love that part. Okay, bye everyone.
Okay, bye everyone. Love you. See you
Love
later.
you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.